Hi everyone, I'm Danielle, one of the teachers at Myes Meravigli in Milan, and I'm here today with Cathal, who's one of the other teachers and also our relatively new assistant DOS. And we have a focus 8 to 10 on hot and cold. But first of all, maybe we should introduce ourselves quickly because obviously the Myes Meravigli students might know us, but I guess a lot of you guys won't. So Cathal, do you want to start us off?
Yes. So, like you said, and a very, very good pronunciation there of my name. I appreciate that.
I've been practicing.
Nice. So yeah, my name is Cathal. I'm 24 from Ireland, and like Danielle said, I'm a teacher in the Meravigli School in Milan, and I've been teaching in that school for just over 1 year now.
Fantastic. Yes, and as I said, I'm Danielle and I'm Australian, and I have been teaching at Meravigli for, well, I joined about 18 months ago, and then 9 months ago, I went on maternity leave because I had a baby, and I started back at work about 6 weeks ago. So lots of the Myes Meravigli students are quite new to me as well. So it's great to be sort of meeting and seeing some new faces.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got some people.
So we already have some people, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, guys, should we get started then? So today, hot or cold, and more to the point, exactly what we're going to be talking about is common weather expressions and certain weather terminology, things you might see on the weather forecast, and also learning how to give a weather forecast. Okay, so there's not any grammar, lots of vocab, so hopefully it's sort of a fun way to spend the start of your Friday night.
A fun Friday night in with English.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hope you guys all have a drink next to you, by the way. It is Friday evening. Okay, Cathal, do you want to read these out for us?
Sure, absolutely. So we've got the title, which is Rain or Shine. The questions. So question 1, what is your favorite type of weather and why? Number 2, is weather a common topic of conversation in your country? Number 3, do you know any weather expressions? Are there any in your language? Okay,
Right.
so we've got a couple of more people joining in there. We've got Robbie. I recognize Robbie's been in a couple of webinars already. Salvi, Daniele, Michaela, Marco, Beatrice, guys, welcome.
Welcome. Be as interactive as possible, guys. We need to make this interactive via our online system. So send us all of your comments and all of your questions. All right, so Cathal, what's your favorite type of weather? You're a good guy from Ireland. Does that mean you like the cold weather?
I mean, yeah, I like the cold weather for sure. Although when I arrived here in Milan, I started to enjoy the warm weather a bit more, I think. So for sure, my favorite type of weather is probably around this time of year. Actually, not very hot, but not very cold either. Just like in between, around like 20 degrees is perfect.
Perfect.
What about you?
I, on the other hand, like the hot weather, which maybe you'd expect considering I'm from Australia. Yeah, I like sort of 30 degrees. 30 degrees is pretty nice for me. So I used to live in London before moving to Milan, and I like the Milan weather a lot more than the London weather. As I'm sure you all know, it rains all the time in London.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. We've got Marco and Salvi is also rainy for me when you're inside. So Salvi likes the rainy weather when he's inside. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it is kind of like soothing or relaxing, I guess, when you're inside and you hear the rain on the window or something like that. And it's like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I'm glad that I'm not outside.
There's something romantic about it as well, being inside when it's raining. I think so anyway. All right, number 2, is weather a common topic of conversation in your country? I can start us off in Australia. Not particularly, and mainly because it's generally we don't really have 4 seasons. It's pretty warm most of the time. The coldest it gets in winter in my city, Perth, is about 16 degrees Celsius in winter. That's the maximum during the day. So it's pretty nice most of the time, pretty mild in winter and hot in summer. But I know in the UK, it's always a big topic of conversation. If you need to make small talk with people, people often talk about the weather, usually how miserable it has been.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Cathal.
Oh, I'm back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This
Okay. Can't see your lovely
technology.
face, but that's okay. Okay, Cathal, what about you? And what are some of the students saying?
I'll say, so here we go. We've got Marco here saying that his favorite weather is sunny weather. Very good. Yeah, I mean, classic like there for the Italians. Daniela, also a fan of the sunny weather. It makes her feel very positive. Be nice. Beatrice, like me, prefers the spring weather. Not very hot, not very cold, but sunny weather. Oh, we've got Giacomo, a student from our school in Milan. Welcome, Giacomo. Michaela says her favorite weather is cold because she loves winter. She likes a warm temperature in spring, but not the hot summer. Weather. So Emanuele is saying that weather is a common topic to break the ice. Oh, excellent.
That's a good expression.
Yeah, to break the ice. So
what does that mean? What does that mean, Cathal? To break the ice?
To break the ice is to kind of to maybe put an end to the awkwardness or the tension that I guess is at the beginning of any sort of interaction that you have with someone.
Yeah, I agree. So that's a great sort of idiom, a great expression about ice. I guess we can say it's the weather. So yeah, Robbie, that was perfect. Your use of that makes perfect sense. So well done. Just looking at your comment now. And that leads on perfectly into our next question, which is, do you know any weather expressions? Now, there's one actually, the title of the slide, rain or shine. That is actually part of a common weather expression, and it is come rain, come shine. Has anyone heard that before? And if you have, do you know what it means? If you do, send us a little note.
Come rain, come shine. I would have heard it as come rain or shine as well, is also possible to use.
Okay, maybe it's different in different countries.
So Giacomo here prefers hot days because it makes no difference if it's summer or spring. Nice.
This is true.
Very good, very good. Yeah. I think there's a bit of a delay on the comment section when we get it. So don't worry. We'll read them out, guys, whenever they come up.
Yeah. Any other expressions you know, if you send them to us, and then we can talk about them as we go maybe throughout go throughout the slides. So let's go on for now, and we'll address your sort of suggestions as they come. Okay, so here we've got some temperature-related words that in English we use to describe people. All right, so a standard MyS activity, we have the words on the left and the definitions on the right. So we've got hot, warm, cool, cold, and they mean, one of them means friendly and kind, one means unfriendly, very attractive, popular or stylish. Okay.
Also, we have a phrase here from Salvi, and they're saying that get wind.
Oh, to get wind of something. Is that what you mean, Salvi?
Get wind is an interesting phrase. My goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, typically if we say get wind, we would say get wind of something, like you said, Danielle.
Yeah.
And what does that mean, to get wind of something?
Get wind of something is normally when you hear something or you understand something, but not directly. That's my understanding of it. So you hear about a change in your workplace, but the boss doesn't tell you. You hear it through some other means. That's my understanding of it. That's a great one because it's not very common. So well done. It's excellent. Okay, what about these words then? Guys, what do you think they mean? Hot,
Like
warm,
in the
cool, and
police movie,
cold.
Salvi. Well, Michaela, for this, she's got each of them down, I think, already. So
Yeah.
Michaela thinks that cool is used to talk about an unfriendly person, and she also thinks, sorry, that's cold to be unfriendly, and cool to become popular and stylish.
Yeah, and she's absolutely correct.
Oh,
She is correct. But before I show them and draw the links, we need to look at the first two. Does anyone know what they mean? To be hot.
So,
this is the most common one.
Probably, yeah. Oh, we have another Michaela. Hi, welcome. Anyone know about the meaning of the term hot?
We've got a warm. We've got a few people saying warm.
Warm, friendly and kind. So Beatrice thinks that hot is for friendly and kind.
Okay.
Not quite.
No, not quite. Something else. Okay. This is good because we use this word hot quite commonly. I think it's quite common. Do you agree, Cathal?
Absolutely. Maybe we can give like an example of a hot person. Do you want to give your give an example?
I think Daniela's just answered it for us.
Yay, very good.
Salvi's already got it. Well done, right? So hot is someone who's very attractive. You say that they are hot. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit more. It's quite informal and quite colloquial. So maybe younger generations say it more. Don't think you'd get that many sort of older people saying it.
It's possibly something that you should be careful about using.
Yes.
For sure. Because you shouldn't be like, oh wow, you're really hot, unless maybe that's your kind of way of speaking to people.
You can't that's a very good point. Don't go saying this out loud in your workplace, for instance. It's probably that doesn't go down very well. It's very informal language. And it's something you use when you're talking with your friends about someone else. But maybe nothing. You don't use it directly to the person usually. Okay, warm, fantastic. Someone who is warm. They have a warm personality. They're a warm person. It's someone who makes you feel nice, makes you feel safe and comfortable. Maybe someone you like is enjoyable. It's enjoyable to be around them. Okay.
Very good. Michaela using that very well there.
Yeah. And cool. All right. I'm sure you guys have all heard this before. Obviously, we use this all the time. Popular or stylish. All right.
Yeah.
And so cold, obviously unfriendly. Okay.
Very good.
Someone who.
So Salvi is here saying you're hot. It's kind of advanced to someone. Maybe it could be considered an advance on someone in like a bar or a disco situation. Maybe, I don't know, but generally, it would be more common to use it with like friends.
Yes.
If you're talking about maybe like a celebrity, perhaps. That you think is very attractive. I always give the example, and I'm sure one of my colleagues, Liam, as well, would agree that
I know exactly who you're going to say. Yeah,
is quite a hot person. So
okay, let's go on because now we have some questions, I believe. All right, let's look at these. This guy and this girl. How would you describe them? What do you think? Let's look at the guy. What's he wearing? What does that make you feel in terms of their personality, or their character, or their appearance? Anyone want to let us know?
So let us know, guys, in the comments. What do you think? How would we describe these people here?
Yeah, this
So this
guy and
guy
this
and this
girl.
girl.
Okay, shall we start? Maybe we can start.
Yeah,
I think he is very stylish. I like his style.
would
So that
agree.
means he's cool. All right.
Yeah,
I think he's got a cool sense, a cool dress sense. All right. I
yeah.
like the way he's styled. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Cathal, what about her?
It's a very easy one for me. I think that she is very well. She could be cool as well. She seems to have very good fashion sense. Maybe hot as well. We can use
Yeah,
to
she's
describe her. Quite an attractive
beautiful. Okay.
person. So yeah,
Mhm.
Salvi here, man, handsome, good, cool, excellent work there. I know that handsome is we would use for men, whereas
Yes.
the term used for women, for ladies.
Yep.
Cool
Yep.
and
Well done.
stylish. Giacomo saying for sure they're both stylish. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
All right,
Michaela
guys.
also thinks in the first picture, gold color. Hmm.
Yeah, the colors are cool, definitely. Yeah, they're cool colors. All
Hmm.
right. What about these ones?
Ooh.
What do you think about this girl with short hair? I think she looks very warm. She seems like she has a warm personality. She seems very friendly, and kind and gentle. That's
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
that's
She's
my
smiling,
impression.
so it's a good sign. It's a good sign if she's
Yeah.
smiling already. You kind of
Mhm.
feel more relaxed around them.
Yeah.
Robbie, yeah, very good. They're both cool for sure. Yeah, both very cool people. Stefania, our consultant in my Meravili. Hello, welcome. Here to learn some idioms about the weather. I hope.
Okay. What about this boy here? I think he's a boy. He doesn't look very old. What do we think his
Hmm.
personality is like? Which weather-related word would we use to describe him?
So I think for me anyway, if he's putting his hand out, and sometimes uh, when uh, when people put their hand in front of you, they say talk to the hand, because they don't
Yep,
want to speak to you. So this
exactly.
guy here, oh, Marco has hit it very well here. He said warm, and then the second one is cold. Now Salvi has also mentioned a very interesting term, antisocial.
Mhm.
Very, very good. Nice phrase there to use. Antisocial.
Definitely.
Good.
All right. This is a great question.
Nice. Giacomo is wondering, Danielle, can
Yeah.
we say Sunny to talk about her personality?
You can, but we usually say it with the word disposition. So you
Oh,
can
okay.
say, if you say someone is sunny, because I know in Italian you can use the word for sunny can also mean be used for someone's personality. It is less,
Mhm.
we don't use it a lot in English, but if you do, you say she has a sunny disposition. All right,
Okay.
that's the way you would say it,
She-
rather than she is sunny. Doesn't sound right. She has a
Okay.
sunny disposition. That's the way we
Right, I'll
would
write that
say it.
one down for
Yeah,
you.
I think so. That
She.
would be great. Um, okay. All right. Let's go on, guys.
Robbie, very good there, saying that he seems cold. Yeah, I think everybody's hitting that nail on the head there with the yes. He's yeah. So Salvi would say antisocial.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I wouldn't. I've never used the term asocial. I just
No.
say antisocial.
Yeah. Antisocial, definitely. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Let's go on. Okay. Here we have some more questions to discuss. We're keen to get your thoughts on. So the first one: do you know anyone who has a warm personality? Can you describe them to us? Cathal, what about you to start? Do you know anyone like this?
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people like this. As nearly everyone that I work with in my yourself included, Danielle, are all
Oh,
very
that's nice.
warm people. Everyone I feel who's a teacher in my should have or does have a warm personality, a very
Yeah.
kind of nice, friendly disposition.
Yeah, I agree. I think the teachers generally, all of us are pretty warm.
Hmm.
Okay, number 2. Who do you think is hot? You've already answered that.
I have, yes. Well, my sisters will probably have a different answer for that than I do. My sisters are huge fans of One Direction, so they
Oh,
think
okay.
that Harry Styles and all those guys are very hot.
Fair enough. Okay, and who is the coolest person you know?
That's a tough one. The coolest person that I know, possibly one of my friends, because he's very talented and very stylish as well.
Mhm.
So he like always wears really really cool clothes, and then he picks up a guitar and he's just able to play the guitar really really well. So I just look at
Okay.
him and I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so cool.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, and last one. Have you ever been treated coldly by someone?
Ah, yes. So I was treated very coldly recently enough, actually, by who was working in the Post Italiane.
Mhm.
So to collect, I went to the office to collect my package that I had ordered,
Mhm.
and the person there refused to give me the package because my identification was different to the name on the package. So I had my passport
Okay.
name, which was Cathal David Grennan, and then on the package it just said Cathal Grennan. So she was like, "No, this is not you," and she was being very cold towards me. So
Wow.
it
Okay.
wasn't a good experience.
Mhm. All right, guys. What about you? Do you have any examples of people that are any of these 4? You would use any of these 4 adjectives for. Here we go. You've got
Where do we go? Robbie's got one. Yeah, Robbie's got one here saying that her best friend is has a warm personality, very friendly and kind with everyone.
mhm.
Very good, very
Um,
good.
okay. Another thing, guys, with cool, we don't use it just for people. We use cool. Gosh, how I don't know how many times a day we would say the word cool. Would you want to guess, Carl? Lots,
I don't want I
loads.
don't want
It's
too many
yeah,
times.
we use it for everything, for a movie, for anything, a TV show,
Even just
a
to say
book.
okay. Like you know the way sometimes people respond, they'll just say, "Oh, okay, cool." Like
Yes,
not as like
exactly.
in a term in a way of like no, not necessarily saying that something is like stylish or fashionable. They're just kind of saying it to say, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool."
as in great. It can mean
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
yeah. So
All right.
Michaela here says that she's a friendly. So Michaela, we wouldn't say like I like a friendly people, but I like friendly people because people is plural. So a is singular. So I like friendly people in general because I'm a talkative and positive person. My boyfriend is the opposite. I like to smile every day. Okay. Beatrice says her friends are very warm, very friendly with her. That she's very lucky, absolutely. Salvi, I think, agrees with me, especially public employees are very cold sometimes. Thank
Yes.
you for
This
agreeing.
yeah, this is the stereotype, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right,
And then
guys.
finally, Michaela as well said as well that her boyfriend is very warm.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Now we've got some more weather words here. That's some words that we use to describe the weather. All right. Now, can you think of
Mm,
any other ways to say this? So let's start with cold. It's another word to say, another way to say that it's cold.
mm.
So not today, but I guess a few weeks ago it was very cold. Does anyone have
Yeah.
any ideas? If so, let us know. Maybe we should do them all together. So next, obviously, you've got hot. I think yesterday or today it was quite hot. I think it was about 19 degrees today, 18 degrees in Milan, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm sure for some of you guys further down south, it was even hotter. Rainy, sunny, cloudy, windy, snowy, and humid. All right. Try and think of another way to say these words. We've got one. So we've got freeze. That's nearly. What we'd say freezing instead. So it's cold or it's freezing. Right?
Yeah.
Freezing. And freezing means really cold. All right.
Because if you say freeze, freeze is the verb. For example,
Yes.
like you freeze water to make it ice.
Exactly. Okay.
So Emanuele, yeah, cold, not freeze, but freezing.
Exactly.
So remember, cold, and then maybe the next step down is freezing.
Okay. And what you'll notice, so cold and freezing in this context, they're adjectives. All right. So when we describe the weather in English, we often use adjectives. I know in other languages, sometimes you use the noun, including in Italian.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have not just Italian students with us today, also some from Spain and France, I believe. But yes, it's important to know that these are adjectives. As is the next one, hot. Okay, so it's really hot.
Mm.
All right.
So I think Stefania has given an interesting example here. Hot, dry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like
dry.
The opposite, wet, like hot.
Yeah. Dry doesn't necessarily mean hot, but often you can say it's dry when it's hot. All right. Sometimes they go together, but they mean slightly different things. We'll come back to that because dry is actually the opposite of one of the other words on the screen. All right. So we'll come back to that. Okay. What else have we got? What about rainy?
So rainy, I think Michaela has done that very well. So a wet day.
Yeah, wet. That's a great one. Wet. Okay, sunny. It's another way to say sunny.
So Michaela's wondering here, the weather was warm and the temperature reached 18 degrees. Very nice. Spring is near. Very good. Yeah. Now it's a bit cold. Yeah, absolutely. A bit cold. Yeah, you can use that expression.
Perfect. Yep, definitely.
A bit cold.
Cloudy. It's another way to say cloudy.
Sunshine, Michaela. Sure, yeah, we could say sunshine. Where now sunshine again is more the noun, less so the adjective. So we're looking for adjectives.
Sunny. Okay, we'll come back to that one then. Cloudy. It's another word for cloudy. This is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Well done.
Overcast. Nice, Salvi. Very good. Yeah, overcast.
Okay. Windy.
Windy. Oh, Robbie coming in there with some things for rainy, I think.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Pouring, drizzly, showers. Very good. Yeah, especially for rainy.
Okay, what about snowy then?
Snowy.
It's a bit of a hard one.
Mm.
Okay. I wanted to get your ideas before showing you what is on the slide. So this is good to have all these ideas coming in.
So Robbie's there saying mild sunshine. So mild, I guess, Robbie, is a kind of in-between term, really. It's not necessarily one or the other. Mild is like in the middle. So at the moment,
Mhm.
you could say the weather is quite mild
Yeah.
because it's not very hot, it's not very cold, it's in the middle, so mild. But yeah, you could say mild sunshine, so it's not particularly hot.
Yeah, you can say it's mild. You can use it by itself usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and last one, humid.
Mm.
During, well, at least
Oh.
where we are, obviously in Milan, and actually I think in lots of Italy, during summer it's very humid. There's another word we use for humid. I wonder if anyone knows this. This is an interesting word.
Has anyone done this focus activity recently, maybe?
Salvi said wet. We use wet to mean rainy. So
Yeah.
if it's rainy weather, we say, oh, it's so wet. It's like the
Yeah,
air
because
is wet.
we associate it with like water, right? We kind of associate like wet with water, whereas like humid, where like you're sweating for sure. Like if it's humid, it's quite warm. But Cinzia has a good example there.
Yep.
Sticky.
Sticky.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. Well done. That's great. Sticky.
Yeah.
That's very informal and very colloquial. We definitely say that. Oh, it's really sticky outside.
Ugh,
Okay.
just saying it as well,
Yeah.
it kind of
Oh. All right, guys. Let's see what they've got on the slides. I'll stop teasing you now. All right, so they've got chilly. Right. Chilly is when it's cold and it's unpleasant. It's not nice. All right, so it's a bit chilly today. It's too cold for me. It's too cold. Right. The next one they've got
chili is actually quite good.
Hot, scorching. Right, when there's a heat wave.
Ooh.
Yeah. What does this mean, a heat wave? Does anyone know? No, a heat wave. Okay, Cathal, do you want to explain, or do you want me to explain?
Sure, I'll do it. So a heat wave is when there is a kind of period of sudden increase in temperature. So when it's much hotter for a period of time. So like maybe like during the summertime, different cities go through different heat waves. So maybe for 1 week there will be a heat wave and the temperature will increase by 5 degrees or something like that. That's what I would say, because a wave, as we know, is the wave like in the ocean you have the wave, so it like falls over the whatever location.
Yeah, it's when the weather is abnormally hot. Okay, hotter than it should be. So certainly in Italy, or lots of Europe last year, in around when was it, June, there was a heat wave, and the start of July. I mean, I know in Milan it was 40 degrees. And in France it was I think France had its hottest day on record, right?
Wow.
It was a heat wave. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, guys. Rainy. Someone knew this. Who was this? Was it Cinzia? Oh, I think it was Robbie, maybe.
Robbie, yeah, I think Robbie.
Yeah, well done. Okay. So these are all other ways to say rainy. The weather is rainy, but be careful because we use them differently. So we say it's pouring. So, and in that sense, pour is the verb. So it's an ing of the verb pour. All right. It's pouring outside. It's raining very heavily. That's what it means. The next one, though, drizzly. This is an adjective. All right. If it's drizzly, What does that mean? Is it raining very heavily or is it raining very lightly? Does anyone know? I like this. We've got one for heat, for hot. Let's just go back. It's boiling. That's another way we say it. Another way to say it's very, very hot. Okay, perfect. Well done, Salvi. All right, guys. So when we say it's drizzling or it's drizzly, that's when it's raining very lightly. So just very, very light rain, and usually for a long period of time. Right. And showers. This is the type of word that you usually read on a weather forecast. Okay. There are showers today. There will be showers tomorrow. It's quite formal. That's my impression anyway.
Yeah. So what, like a shower, I guess, is kind of maybe a short amount of time when it's raining, and then it stops, and then it starts again. It stops. It starts again.
So Salvi's asked about lightly. Do you mean, so if it's raining lightly? If it's raining lightly, you say it's drizzly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was kind of saying this as kind of, he wasn't sure, but he was trying to answer maybe.
Okay. So yeah, mild. Someone said mild. And sunshine. There is sunshine, because sunshine is the noun. All right.
Oh, nice. I think Robbie. Yeah, Robbie's definitely done this before.
Yeah, I thought so as well. She's an expert. You want to teach next time, Robbie? Cloudy, overcast. Perfect. Well done. A few of you got that. That's very well done. These are interesting.
Ooh.
Right. Blustery. It's a great word. Blustery. And that's usually when it describes when it's windy, but maybe it's very strong and then weaker, and then strong again and weaker. All right. It's not consistent, but it changes all the time. It's blustery. Breezy is when there's a light wind. Okay, next one. Snowy. A blizzard. All right. A blizzard or flurries, snow flurries. So a blizzard, I think you guys might know, is obviously a wind, like a wind storm. Sorry, a snowstorm. And flurries is when there's when it's light snow. All right, it's a little bit windy. Finally, humid.
So we could say that flurries are kind of similar to drizzly, I guess, in the same sense. Like drizzly is light rain, flurries is light snow.
Yeah, very true. That's exactly right. Yeah. So humid or sticky. The other word we use is muggy, which is probably, it's a bit strange looking, isn't it? It's a strange word.
Yeah. So Beatrice here is just wondering very quickly, Danielle, if we could repeat the meaning of pouring. What does pouring mean?
We say it's pouring when it's raining very heavily. Right, so it's very, very hard rain. It's pouring outside. That's how we use it. Okay.
We have a couple of different ways that we can use this for, like rain. You could say it's pouring rain, or it's lashing rain. Maybe it's bucketing rain. Like any kind of term like that just means it's very heavy.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go on. All right. Here we have some weather expressions, which, well, in English we have lots of expressions about the weather, and I know in other languages there are as well. Here are some of the most common ones on the left. So we've got to be on cloud 9, to be under the weather, to feel as right as rain, to be in a fog, and to be 3 sheets to the wind. Okay. Now, I presume you guys are level 8 to 10, so you're all obviously very good. I presume you know what all of these words are on the left, but if you don't, let us know. Just send us the message and we'll explain what it means. And so the definitions on the right: to feel well, to be extremely happy, to be confused or disoriented, to feel sick, or to be very drunk. All right, what do you think these mean? Have a look and send us in your comments.
I have a feeling that Robbie might know what these are.
Yeah, I think so as well. Okay. And in the meantime, have a think of any other weather expressions you know in English. All right, because we want to talk about those afterwards.
Ooh, we've got one here. Salvi's got an idea here. So he's saying that cloud 9 is probably like seventh heaven.
That's interesting.
So I think the phrase that they have in Italian it means it's directly translated to seventh heaven.
Yeah. Okay.
Beatrice thinks to be in a fog is to be confused.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, nice, Daniela. Very good.
What else have we got?
Maybe I'll write down one or two that are not here. So I'll give you one.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we have one for if you want to describe if so this is not necessarily like an idiom per se, guys. It's just a phrase that we use to like describe the weather. If it is very, very heavy rain, we say it is raining cats and dogs.
Okay, we've got lots of different ideas coming in, which is great to see. We love it when students think different things.
Yeah.
Always makes it more interesting. Okay. All right, guys, I'll get started with the first one. And someone was on the right track with it. Salvi was on the right track with it, I believe. Okay, to be on cloud 9 means to be extremely happy. So, for example, maybe after when a couple get engaged or decide to get married, they're on cloud 9. They're very excited. Right? Yeah. Or if you get a new job, a job you really wanted, you're on cloud 9. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. To be under the weather, I think a few of you guys got this right.
I imagine, Danielle, after you're born, you were on cloud 9.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when my baby was born. Yes, yeah, that's another time you'd use it. Or maybe if you want to have a baby and you find out you're pregnant, then usually you're on cloud 9. Okay. So yeah, to be under the weather, this one we use a lot. Well, I think we used a lot. To feel sick.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, have a cold and you're not quite right, you say, oh, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. It's not when you're very, very sick. It's when you're just you're not quite right. You're a little bit unwell. All right. Next one.
Don't worry, Pasquale. If this is the thing. If you get it wrong now, you won't get it wrong again. You'll know for the next time.
Also, guys, if you get all of these right, you shouldn't be learning English because you know it already. Okay, that's the whole point, is to get things wrong. All right, that's why you're here. All right, next one, guys. To feel right as rain. I think some of you got this right. To feel well. All right, to be good, to be strong and healthy. I'm feeling right as rain. That's how we would use it.
Yeah.
The next one is a bit, I don't use this quite as often, I don't think. Cathal, do you use this one, to be in a fog?
No, I would not. I would not use this at all. Like, to be confused or disoriented. I've never used that
No,
before.
no, it's a bit of a strange one. And what about the last one? To be three sheets to the wind, which obviously
Well, this one
now means
I'm very familiar with.
because you're in that situation or because you use the expression?
Currently, I'm not in that situation, but
No, but
yeah,
often, I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you
I
use
mean,
this phrase.
I mean, maybe not three sheets to the wind. I used it after I read it for the first time. So I remember when I did this focus activity for the first time, I used it directly after that. The first time that I
Okay.
went through that, but never before
Yeah.
had I used it. You know.
Yeah.
So
I hadn't used it
maybe,
before.
yeah, maybe on like on St. Patrick's Day. So I'll put on my hat, put on my St. Patrick's Day hat, and I'll talk about being three sheets to the wind. But
Yeah,
apart from
exactly.
that,
All right, guys, we've got a few more minutes left. Let's just quickly have a look at some pictures and tell us, how do you think they're feeling? We've got two
Mm.
pictures. Think about the expressions we just spoke about. How do they feel? Oh, so we've got the woman on the left or the two girls that looked quite happy on the right. What springs to mind? Let
Mm.
us know. Anyone?
Let's see how they're getting on.
Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, while we're waiting for some ideas or comments to come in, Cathal, should we put up the Facebook SOS link for people
Yeah.
to write into? So, guys, while during this obviously quite unusual period for the entire country, MyS has on its Facebook page has set up another page or a group where you guys can type in your questions for us teachers, and someone will get back to you to answer your questions, any of your English related queries. All right, so we'll put this up so you guys can see it, and then yeah, think about, you can ask us all those questions you've always wanted to ask in class, but maybe there hasn't been time, or you'd rather ask a teacher one-on-one. This is the time.
So I don't know if I can get the link, but I'll just write down the name of the.
Yeah,
of the
yeah. If you guys look on our Facebook page, you'll find it. All right, so we've got a few of you. Yes, Daniela, Giacomo, and Stefania said disappointed. Yep. So on the left, yeah, I think she's in a fog. Well done. That's what I would say as well. She's in a fog. What about on the right? These two girls. Yeah, Daniela says the two girls on the right feel as right as rain. Maybe they're also, maybe they're on cloud 9. They look,
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, they look very happy and peaceful. Okay, guys, we're coming to the end of our 50 minutes. So just a quick recap of what we've gone through today. Obviously, we have spoken a little about how we use weather terms in other contexts, so in terms of describing people. And then we have gone on to look at all of these words and the other ways to say them in terms of describing the weather. And then we've gone on to the weather expressions, of which there are many more. We just didn't have time to go through them all. So, Cathal, is there anything else you wanted to add or say? No?
No, like to earlier, this continuous practice, guys, is what really helps with improving your English. So that's why these webinars are really, really good for you guys, because it's every day and you can look at them as often as you want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep going. Don't worry. Don't be disheartened if you get something wrong, because that's what you're here for.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
fantastic. All right, guys, well done. You're a great group. You're loving reading all of your comments, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I'm guessing you're staying in, but hopefully you have something enjoyable to do. There's also another 8 to 10 webinar at 8 p.m. because I'm on that one as well. So if you don't have anything else to do, I'll see you then. Okay, see you guys. Bye. See you next time.
Bye, guys.